Good morning, good evening, good night. No matter where you on this planet, I'm sending you love and light. Check me out. I kind of want to revise a video that I posted in the past. Basically, it was a theoretical perspective on if God could remove your blessings, all right? At first, my initial answer was yes. Went to a deep explanation. Check out that video on the channel. But I was seeking revelation, and I believe I found one. So God don't remove our blessings. We are our own biggest enemy. It's really us that remove the blessings. It's us that compels God to withhold blessings from us, right? But it's not God withholding. We're technically withholding blessings from ourselves based off of our character, our actions, and our inner circle. Now, it's come to me because God kind of beat me over the head with it. Like, God just wants to shower people with blessings. God just wants to show people love. But how can God do that if God don't recognize you and know you? How can God do that? Yeah, Jesus might have dined with prostitutes and killers and all of this stuff, right? Unholy people. But if we do it, typically we start to mimic that energy and we start to fall off. Therefore, God departs from us. But actually, in reality, we depart from God. It's all on us. So if we choose to entertain the mind of a killer, of a dope dealer, of a prostitute, of a pimp, people who don't really contribute to society and communities and other people's lives in a positive way, not like that. Not saying every pimp and drug dealer bad or evil, because they're not, ironically. But a lot of people do get lost in that cause, lost in that sauce. You know what I'm saying? So for the people that get lost, when you're entertaining that type of stuff, you start to become corrupted. You start to become infected, bro. And it changes you. And it changes your spirit. God is a Holy Spirit. So if you're tainted and tarnished with a negative spirit, God is not going to really be around you. God can't be around evil, bro. And evil really can't be around God, bro. So in terms of withholding blessings and removing blessings, if God blesses you, let's say, with some money, and you got a bunch of alcoholic, drug using, casino going, strip club going friends, right? Like literally, because it's people like this out here. And I ain't judging. I ain't even laughing at, I'm just laughing at how funny it is. But it ain't funny. Anyway, look, if you got these type of friends and God knows that this alcohol is going to kill your liver, or these drugs is you're going to overdose because your friends don't care, and there's no proper way to dose these drugs, any of them, like, God is going to create it, not create. Everything's already alive. We empower situations to happen. So God is going to allow a situation to happen to where your blessing gets removed by your own hand. You chop off your own hand. You chop off your own blessing. That ain't necessarily God's fault, because the way that the blessing came in is definitely not how the blessing is going to go out. The only reason that the blessing will go out is if you changed. That's what I was trying to say. So I didn't necessarily mean to put the blame on God. God does afford an allowance for things to happen. Could God step in? Yes, but that's not the law. God is not intervening like that, bro. God intervenes in a way that you get signs, might talk to you in dreams. You know what I'm saying? In terms of blessings, in terms of allowing us to learn life lessons. But God's not going to physically manifest in the flesh and take the wheel of your life and tell you exactly what you need to be doing. You have your free will. This is like the magic school bus planet Earth. So you're going to learn things, bro. You're going to fail. You're going to learn. So that's how God is moving right now. I don't know what really compelled that change outside of us having the power over ourselves now and over sin. That might have compelled the way that God moves now to be different. But God is moving different. Okay? So although God could do things to stop certain things from happening, that would defeat the lesson. That would defeat the purpose of you going through it to begin with. You're supposed to go through trial and tribulation to test your faith, to also test your character, your integrity, to test your beliefs. Are you who you say you are? So you are supposed to actually go through things. But a lot of the times we create cycles and synchronicities of trauma, stress, anxiety, just bad situations and circumstances through our own free will. And it's through that free will that we cut off the blessing. And it's through our own free will that we actually compel the universe and God to withhold blessings from us. So I'm trying to make this as coherent and clear as I possibly can, because I feel like I might have lost a few people in the last video. And I definitely don't intend to do that. I had a different perspective then, but upon prayer and meditation and just reflection and watching my own video again, you know, I developed a new perspective. And it's like, you know, I've come to realize that it's not necessarily God that removes things. God would allow things to be removed from our own power. God is just a universal law working you know, normally. Honestly, it's just what happens. If you don't build a company, right, by burning it down, right? So in terms of, you know, you could have the mentality, this is all metaphor, you know, for the general content that I'm giving you today. You could build a company with a whole different mentality. It takes a whole different mindset to burn that company down. And that's literally kind of what people be doing. You know what I'm saying? From a metaphorical standpoint, it's, you know, you can take things that are good and given to you. You might not even recognize God gave it to you and blessed you with it. And because you got a different perspective, or you allow other people in your circle to alter your perspective, you burn that blessing down. You burn the building down. It's a whole different mentality. So blessings come in and leave differently. Blessings come to stay. Blessings leave because you left the sanctity of the blessing. You left the energy that was able to draw in the blessing and sustain and maintain that blessing. So that's all on us. And you got to be careful about that, because the people that are around you, you know, sometimes your success will be a reflection of somebody else's failure, that they chose to give up on themselves, bro. And it's like a callous, numb resentment. It's like a jealousy. It's like, how could you believe in yourself? How could you have this type of energy, bro? It's toxic as fuck. So, you know, people around you, oftentimes they don't necessarily, it comes from a dark place, but I don't know if everybody fully realizes. I think it's more so on the spiritual programming level, where if people see you getting a big blessing, they're going to look at their own lives. They're going to do this comparison. And for a lot of people, jealousy, envy, hate, and all of that other evil shit does start to creep in. So, like, if you allow that type of energy inside of your circle, inside of your blessing, it will surely crumble. It will surely fall. So you got to be careful on who you let in your inner circle, because people will commit to actions against you. On top of that, even if they don't take actions against you directly or indirectly, some people will try to plant seeds and blind you from your blessings. Some people will try to block your blessings. Some people will try to get you to remove your own blessings by doing something stupid. If you just hit the lottery, why are you hanging out with your hood friends who want to do a robbery? You see what I'm saying? You see how the devil works? And there have been circumstances in life, not necessarily that one specifically, but people have had massive opportunities, sports, music, whatever it is, and then they get tangled up in the streets, lose their freedom or lose their life, and their freedom is life. So, you know, at the same time, you're losing your life in either lane there. So you got to be careful about that. But also, you don't want to get a blessing and start letting your ego run you, because it's 9 times out of 10, it's probably in humility that you achieve something in terms of, you know, getting what you prayed for. You probably were doing the right thing, but you probably was a humble servant. You probably wasn't letting your ego blind you from your service, from your servitude to others and this universe and this planet. You know what I'm saying? And it's through that humility, it'll draw in that blessing, I feel. And this is what I've seen. A lot of arrogant people don't get blessed like that. Not from others, really. Maybe the universe work out for some, for a lot, actually. But in terms of people, the community around you, people with opportunities and things of that nature, arrogant people, you know, egotistical people, they're not always getting blessings from those around them. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to move smoothly through life, humility is definitely the way to go. But I also believe it's the way to go with God, because you ain't create all this shit. God did. So why would you not be humble? This is common sense. This ain't about playing a game, trying to manipulate God. That's stupid. It's the reality. You should be humble when you're talking to the Creator, period. And that's just respect and love. That's really out of love, not fear. So anyway, the ego can mess you up as well. The ego can definitely block your blessings or cause you to commit to actions and doing things that might have your blessing be removed. So it's never on God. It's always on us. We are our own biggest enemies. We are our own biggest, antagonists, whatever word you want to use. We are our own biggest critics. We are our own biggest problem. And once we can get a handle on ourselves and start seeing things differently, bro, you can be shielded from a lot of these trials and tribulations, bro. That's what the Bible's about. That's what therapy's about. That's what a lot of these spiritual principles are about, is shielding you from this evil in the world and the evil in yourself, bro. It's compelling you to walk a higher path. So I just wanted to get that to y'all today. I'm going to be meditating on some of my previous content to make sure it's in alignment with what my spirit was trying to say. You know what I'm saying? I hate leaving people out the message. I hate people, coming at me like with misunderstanding. My perspective creates perspective. It'll pull out perspective out of others. But I never want somebody to be lost on what I'm saying. You can speak your mind, you can speak your piece, you can disagree all you fucking want. That's accepted here. I want that. I want to be challenged. I want to continue to grow. Some of y'all got gifts of intuition and speaking as well. I listen, I read all of the time, all of these comments, bro. But for those that have been lost, I'm doing this video specifically from you. Not saying I completely confused you, just saying if there was something that I didn't speak the correct way, my spirit is challenging me to retry. That's why I'm here. So I hope this one makes sense. If it doesn't, I'll try again, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I hope this makes sense, though, because the truth is, it's not God that removes shit. God can't be around evil deeds. God can't be around demons like that, for real, for real. Like that negative energy, you know, it's like, it's not God, it's us. And you got to be able to take accountability is a very big thing in life. I realized that as well. Not being a coward, being accountable. So, and I've had situations in my life where I channeled a coward and walked away from things instead of facing them. And as I got older, I stopped walking away and I stopped running away from things. I don't do that shit. So like, you know, take accountability for every aspect of your life. Don't blame God. That was not the message. You know, it might have been misheard. I might have misspoke. I apologize deeply for that. It's never on God. That's fucking foolish. So, all right. I love you. I'm out.